Hello, everyone, and welcome to the inner workings of the Not So Genius Mind. I'm your host, Amanda McCombs, and if you're on YouTube, I'm wearing the same thing. I'm recording a few different things right now, okay? So don't judge me. Man, life. What's life like right now? I'm getting ready for Mrs. Utah, America, competing as Mrs. Daybreak. I am sneaking in little interviews. So if you are listening to this, congratulations. It's not a Meet the Queen episode. It's just me. um, I just wanted to talk a minute about some of the self-care things that I have really had to push through and really advocate for myself for. I've had a lot of problems with my teeth. I have weak enamel and um, I had really bad pain in my jaw. I don't know if you're looking on YouTube, maybe I did an okay job with my contouring, but this side of my face is just always swollen. And it's the same side where I had my shingles run through. So like all this in my jaw and everything, it's just always inflamed. My jaw pops and it drives me crazy. And thanks to um, CPTSD, I was like grinding my teeth in my sleep, and all up here on the top, I couldn't feel my teeth until just barely. And I needed some dental work done, and I just recently found a dentist. It's Copper Creek Dental here in Daybreak, and they've been here. Um, it was nice. I was talking to Dr. Staley, the guy that did my dental work, and he has been in Daybreak since it opened. So he just talked about how nice it was to watch the community grow around the building because they're right in the middle of Daybreak, right downtown, or where like the old downtown will soon be, I guess. Um, and I talked about a lot of the goals that I had that I wanted because it had been a little while since I'd been to the dentist because I just kept getting sick. And I also just kind of felt like my dentist wasn't listening to me. I had some spots in my teeth that were bothering me, and um, they weren't doing anything about it. They're just like, oh, that would just be cosmetic. And I'm like, but that's not normal cosmetic discoloration. Like, that's something weird. And it turns out I had some fillings that had failed, and it was just going anyway. So like I made a plan and I talked about how with this TMJ pain and my teeth grinding, like my teeth are a little crooked. I had a retainer down there in the bottom, one of those like glue in things that I got over 20 years ago. Not even kidding. 20 years ago, I got that thing glued in my mouth, probably 25 years ago. And it always bothered me. And all the dental offices I would go to were just like, you would just have to go to an orthodontist. And I wanted to focus on my kids' teeth and all this other stuff. And anyway, so I made a plan of attack with this dentist to not only like get my mouth feeling better and healthy, but also fix my smile. And I just barely finished doing all the work. The last bit of work I had to do was I got a couple crowns down here on the bottom, and I got making jokes that I was I was getting a couple crowns today, but it's not going to be a sparkly kind that goes on my head. It's the kind that goes in my mouth. And anyway, making that joke publicly now was pretty funny. I was really upset. I wanted to go down. It was actually during Mrs. World, and I had some friends competing for Mrs. World, and getting my mouth taken care of was a lot more important. Um, but I had enough work that needed to be done and such a fear of going to the dentist that like I had really put it off and I needed to get it taken care of. And before I could even, like, make the forms to start straightening out my teeth and remove the metal bar in the bottom, I had to take care of all the cavities that I had gotten because I wasn't taking care of my teeth, and I already had weak enamel. So, long story short, um, he finished all the dental work, and I went to talk to him about my bite and the TMJ pain because it locks up. I have permanent nerve damage, like, in my face and in my neck and down in my shoulder, and if this locks up in my jaw, it, like, tenses all down in my neck. It's awful. It's some of the worst awful headache pain I have had. Um, and so finally, he and I were talking, and I thought he was going to fit me with a bite guard. Not a bite guard, with Invisalign things, because I had, like, my teeth overlap here, and I was talking about all these problems that I had with my teeth, and he stopped me and he goes, "You have a beautiful smile. You don't have anything that's wrong with your smile. Um, let's just get you fitted with a bite guard and a retainer for the bottom, and that'll take care of that because really it's my teeth aren't gonna be shifting anymore. If I get that bite guard in my mouth, then hopefully that'll help with all this awful pain that I've been having." Like, when he told me that I didn't need braces, I was just I was crying, and I'm trying really hard to not cry right now. Um, because for a long time, I just felt like I had a lot of things with my mouth that needed to be fixed, and I really didn't like to smile as much because, like, I don't like the color of my teeth or, like, they're not straight and whatever, but do you know what? Um, it's starting to go down, this awful knot in my face, and maybe I'll be smiling more because a dentist says that I have a beautiful smile, and I don't need braces again. Like, I've been so self-conscious about so many things for such a long time, and, like, now my mouth is all healthy, and I have a bite guard, nice and pretty before bed with my this giant thing in my mouth all night long. Ugh. And then my poor little 8-year-old Addie comes in, and she's like, "Mom, I didn't know you had a retainer," and I'm like, "Well, it's brand new, so I didn't know either." Anyway, don't put off taking care of your teeth. I still have a lot of health issues that I'm facing, but that's like I didn't realize how much of a literal and figurative headache this has all been. Um, and I'm thankful I have time now that I can, like, maybe do a little bit of whitening if I want to, but really just like maybe I'll just practice smiling more. That was really cheesy. You don't have to laugh. All right, I'm out of here. Thank you for listening to the inner workings of the not so genius mind. If you have made it this far, friends and others, whoever the others are, I still don't know who you are if you're here. If you're new, what the heck are you doing here? And maybe you should stay. Um, I guess that's it for me. Take care of yourselves. It's a crazy world out there.